Good morning. I'm Ewashkiw. Thanks for joining me for your morning practice. This is a quick 11-minute wake-up morning practice. Please unroll your mat, lie down on your back, and I'll meet you there in just a few seconds. We're going to use this practice to wake up, but let's start by lying down. Lie down on your back. And then stretch your arms up and overhead. And then point your toes, stretch through your fingers, stretch through your toes. Stretch through your shoulders, stretch through your sides. Arch your lower back a little, stretch. And then relax. Roll over onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Lift your head and chest. Lift your legs. Lift your arms. And then move your arms and your legs over to the right. And bring them down. Do a little side bend here. And then lift them up. Come up to center. And bring them over to the left. And bring them down. And do a little side bend. Lift them up and come back to center. And roll over onto your back again. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. Gonna do another side bend. Lift your head and shoulders a little. Look up past your knees and side bend to the right. Slide your right hand along your mat, past your right foot, and come back to center. Side bend to the left a little. And come back to center. Go to the right. Maybe go a little further this time. Reach your right hand past your right foot. And come back to center. And again to the left. And come back to center. Bring your head and shoulders down to the ground. Keep your knees bent, feet on the ground. Bend your elbows, point your fingers up, and then lift your butt up. Bridge pose. Underneath you, interlace your hands. Take your hands underneath you, interlace your fingers, and then walk your shoulders in towards each other. Push through your shoulders and open your chest up. Tuck your butt underneath you and open your hips up. Take a few deep breaths here. Really open the front of your body. Wake it up. Stretch it out. Oh, this feels so good. And then release your hands. Bring your butt down to the ground. And now we're going to stretch our back a little. Bring your knees into your chest and rock and roll backwards and forwards. You can sit up and rock back. It's a really good way just to open up your back, stretch it out a little. And then on the next one, come up to stand. And then stand with your feet about hip distance apart, parallel to each other. Tadasana. Fold forward and touch the ground. Bend your knees. Slide your hands beside your feet. Step your right leg back for lunge. And look forward. I'm going to look out to my side just to check in with you at camera. But look forward. Push down through your feet. Lift your torso. Stretch your arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up. And side bend to the left. Hug your left hip in. Stretch back through your right leg. Come up to center and bring your hands down to the ground. Change sides. So step your right leg forward and left leg back. You can take as many steps as you need to get your right foot forward and your left leg back. Come into a lunge on the other side. Push down through your feet, look forward, and then lift your torso. Stretch your arms up. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Reach up, stretch your right knee forward, and side bend to the right. Stretch out through your fingers. Stretch back through your left leg. Come back to center and bring your hands down to the ground. Bend your left knee and step your left leg forward. Separate your feet wider than your hips and behind your back, interlace your fingers. Turn your upper arms out so that your biceps start to turn forward and even out to the sides, and squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. So you really want your upper arms to turn out. And then lift your hands up and overhead and bow over your legs. Everybody bend your knees here. That's going to give you more space into your lower back. It's going to give you more opening into your hamstrings rather than straining them. Because your arms are stretched out here, your shoulders get pretty heavy. So move your shoulders away from your ears. Expand your chest a little bit more. And bring your hands down to the ground. Release your fingers. Walk your feet a little closer together. And sit down. Stretch your left leg out straight. Cross your right foot over your left leg. Sit up tall. And breathe. Take your left arm, touch outside your right leg. Walk your right hand back behind you. Sit up tall, look forward, and twist. Move your shoulders back. Stretch up long for your spine. Do a gentle twist here. It's nice to do first thing. Get a nice twist, along with those side bends, and starting to engage our muscles and wake our whole body up. Untwist. Take your right leg, stretch it out. Bend your left knee, cross your left foot over your right leg. Look forward and sit up. And then take your right elbow on top of your left knee and take your left hand back behind you. Sit up tall and twist. It's just natural for me. It's like, feels good. So don't crank it here. We're just waking ourselves up. Sit up tall, long spine, and a gentle twist. And then untwist back to center. Stretch your left leg out. Walk your hips back a little, even pull your butt back behind you a little. Make fists beside your hips. Push down with your fists, push down with your heels, and stretch up through your spine. Then bend your knees a little. Pull back with your heels and move your belly button forward a little. Stretch up through your spine. Move your shoulders down. So you might need to bend your elbows. Absolutely fine. And then relax. And come to a seated position. Choose whatever seated position you like. I'm going to do Sukhasana, or shins crossed pose. Sit up tall. Look down at the ground, or close your eyes. We've woken up our body, so now let's wake up our breath to help wake up our mind a little bit more. If you can breathe through your nose today, breathe through your nose. With your breath, notice the expansion and contraction of your chest. Then make your inhale a little bit longer. Make your exhale a little bit longer. Just make your breath a little more conscious. Lengthening your breath a little is going to just help you draw in more oxygen. And it's going to help you extract a little more oxygen by lengthening your exhale. Let's do a few rounds of breath together. I'm going to count our breath to a count of 3 for our inhale and 3 for our exhale. Wherever you are in your breath, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes. If your gaze is down, look forward. Stretch up through your spine. Roll your shoulders a little, backwards, and then forwards. And then round your back like cat pose and arch your back like cow pose. And do a couple of those. And sit up tall. I hope this helps you start your day right. A little bit more awake, a little bit more ready to take on the world. Thanks. I hope that helped. If you're interested in a longer class with me, there's a full class of mine that you can click on, add to your watch later list. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do. You can just click on my picture over there to subscribe. Thanks, OMies.